Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon. Good evening. Or top of the moment to you, wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live. I know that many of you have received the news of the overnight attack on the residence of Oloye Sunday Igboho. There are things that we will also need to all come to terms with now rather than later. We say sooner than later. I know many people who believe that, it deserves to be killed just for asking for the safety and protection of his people, your people, if you're a Yoruba man, my people, because I'm a Yoruba man. And then we ask ourselves, if whatever crime they said Igboho has committed, sin is committed against the Fulani oligarch in Nigeria, can we ask them, what exactly is that sin that deserves death? So as a Yoruba man, ask yourself, what exactly did Igboho do? What exactly is Igboho's crime? And maybe if you can give yourself that answer, genuinely, you will be able to possibly justify this. Let's get started with this. This happened overnight. The news of the attack on Igboho's house has led to the death of 7 people whose bodies were taken away, including Sunday Igboho's wife. Is that not wahala? So before you agree with Boko Haram and their imported terrorists in Yorubaland, ask yourself, what exactly is Igboho's crime for standing up for the people of Okeogun, Ibarapa, Ayete, Igogon, people who have been living under the trauma of Fulani terrorists in the forest for years now, since Boko Haram came to power? He stood up for them. And that seems to be his crime. They burnt his house in April. Today, overnight, they killed people in his second house and destroyed the house. So as a Yoruba man, one Nigerian, can you tell me what exact crime is committed to deserve this? And many of our people who are currently living through the fear, the trauma of the invading terrorists in Yorubaland, and many people love to live in denial of. When you come to that conclusion, you see, just 2 days ago, when they were bragging that they intercepted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, many of them were saying, Igboho is next. We could have probably woke up this morning and just received the news that Igboho has been killed, and many other people. And if you don't actually know the danger that we are in now, the danger is that, yes, nobody is safe. But the crime is, if you ever stand up to fight it, if you ever speak up about it, you will be a target. And that is a danger that doesn't recognize you as a PDP, as APC, as a Christian, as a Muslim, as anything else. But whatever you meet at that point, that danger puts everybody in one. It doesn't matter where you belong to. What crime did Igboho commit to make this happen in Nigeria?
Àṣírí ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn nílẹ̀ náà lẹ́nu ọ̀nà àbáwọlé kọ̀ọ̀kan nínú ilé tá a wà yìí. Òrùmọ́jú ni wọ́n ní àwọn agbébọn náà dédé ya wọ inú ọgbà yìí tí ìbọn sì ń dún lákọlákọ. Àti rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọta ìbọn lẹ́nu ọ̀nà ká tó wọlé. Gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ni màá fi hàn yín tí n bá ti ń jáde kúrò ní ọgbà yìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn wà níbi ọ̀nà méjì kan tó wọ àwọn ilé méjì nínú ọgbà yìí náà pẹ̀lú. Yàtọ̀ sí àwọn ọta ìbọn tó wọ ara mọ́tò tó fọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan níbí yìí, lára nǹkan tí BBC ní Yorùbá tún rí a rí ọmọ odó kan náà níta bígbà tí wọ́n lò láti fi já ẹnu lóró wọlé nínú ọgbà náà. Ìwà ṣe kì í ṣe ọkọ̀ nìkan náà àti gbogbo inú ilé. Yàrá ìgbàlejò Sunday Igboho la wà yìí. Ibi yàrá tí wọ́n ń sùn lélẹ̀.
Is it like
Please.
No.
A lè sọ bí ẹ ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ nǹkan tí ẹ̀ ń láǹfààní láti máa wò lórí BBC News Yorùbá ní báyìí. A wà nílé olóyè Sunday Adeyemo àti Bóyèmọ́ àti Sunday Igboho lórí ìròyìn tó ṣe kẹ́yìn náà ti máa gbọ́ pé àwọn agbébọn ya wọ ilé ìgbé rẹ̀ tó wà ní Soka nílùú Ìbàdàn lóru mọ́jú. Lára àpẹẹrẹ tá a ti rí àwọn arápá ẹ̀jẹ̀ lọ́nà bíi mẹ́ta báyìí lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. Níbi ẹnu àbáwọlé la ti rí ọmọ odó kan náà ńlẹ̀ tí a sì tún rí àpá bíi tí wọ́n ti fi ọmọ odó já ẹnu àbáwọlé náà wọlé bí nǹkan ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí lówùúrọ̀ onírè nílé olóyè Sunday Adeyemo.
That's just the periphery or so. A statement released by Ilana Omo Odua today, which I'm going to read back to you for the purpose of this broadcast, right? A press statement: Yoruba nation, element of Nigerian army accompanied by international terrorists hired by the Nigerian state, attacked Sunday Igboho's residence, Akitoye. So it's old Buhari responsible for the attack on Sunday Igboho. And here is the full statement. Around 1 a.m. today, Thursday, 1st July 2021, the Ibadan, Oyo State residence of one of the leading men in our struggle for self-determination in Yorubaland, Chief Sunday Adeyemo, fondly called Sunday Igboho, was unfortunately attacked by gunmen. I want to say to the whole world that the attack was carried out by the elements of the Nigerian army, who were accompanied by international terrorists hired by the Nigerian state. The assailants spoke French language fluently. 7 people were killed by the attackers, with their corpses taken away. Scores of people, including the wife of Chief Igboho, were also taken away by the gunmen. Let me state without any fear or intimidation that the Muhammadu Buhari-led administration was responsible for the war that has just been declared against the peace-loving people of Yorubaland. We have been peaceful from the inception of this struggle. We have adhered with both the Nigerian and international laws guiding the agitation for self-determination. All our agitations have been peaceful, orderly, and lawfully executed. We have commended the officers of the Nigerian police many times for being professional in their modus of operations relating to our protests and rallies for self-determination in Yoruba cities. Therefore, I say, on behalf of the Yoruba people, that this attack on Chief Igboho's house was unnecessary, unfortunate, wicked, callous, cruel, irresponsible, illegal, and atrocious. We are holding the Muhammadu Buhari-led administration responsible for this barbaric attack. This is a declaration of war against peace-loving people. I call on our people across, at home and in diaspora, to immediately begin mass protests in front of palaces in Yorubaland and opposite the offices of the United Nations, European Union, British, French, and United States governments. We want to inform again that the pro-Yoruba Nation rally scheduled to hold on Saturday, July 3rd, 2021 in Lagos will proceed as scheduled, not changing. Now, one of the reasons why we believe they attacked this house, for those who might have done this with the Nigerian army and their French-speaking terrorists they brought in, and their local collaborators, the saboteurs who live within, who live around, who actually make the way for them to escape. We believe they are doing it because of the Lagos rally, because Lagos rally is going to be so demoralizing for the presidential ambition of Tinubu. And this is where I want you all, who never really believed that they have declared war on us in Yorubaland, but our politicians are those who are playing it down. They don't want us to talk about it. They don't want us to provide our own solution. They want us to be quiet, silent, and be killed quietly, while they gallivant about, bragging about the power they have, they hold over everyone. That is something that will never happen. Now, the plot to kill Sunday Igboho has been hatched the moment the visit to Igongon happened. They have already put a target on his back. So they don't want us to talk about it, right? And here we are. We will. We won't stop, because those of you who don't really believe that this is actually a war that you never asked for, Yoruba didn't ask for war, right? Yoruba asked for restructuring repeatedly. People milked that to get involved and get invited to the table of where they are sharing all of our own fortunes. Once they got a place on the table, that's it. They abandon restructuring. Then we have a generation that says, you won't deceive us with that, even though they've told you you will never get it. We'd rather go for self-determination where we can decide how we want to rule ourselves, how we want to live. That is not a crime to make any Yoruba man agree with the Fulanis coming in to execute those who are still standing and speaking up for us, because you won't. Those who pretend to be our leaders won't. Asking for a referendum doesn't give them the right to come and kill us. That is a war we never asked for. And if you join them in putting a target on the back of Sunday Igboho, you have no idea that you're actually putting a target behind your back, behind the back of your loved ones. You see those who are going to be the victims of those Fulani terrorists, those of you who are peace-loving, who just want to live your life gingerly and do your own Owambe party every weekend and all of that. You don't have a time for all this Yoruba nation nonsense, as you always put it. Put a target on the back of Sunday Igboho. You're putting a target behind your backs. It's just going to be like they say, a democratized injustice that has now become turn by turn Nigeria Limited. Everybody will have a share. Everyone will have a share of it. You see, when they finish with Sunday Igboho, they will go after those you also probably respected and you revered. They will kill them. Yes, because the message, the campaign is called the campaign of fear. You must fear and run into your cocoon. Nobody should talk. And as they say, if you are a genuine human rights fighter, you have 3 destinies. Well, you have one out of these 3 destinies. You can either be in exile, away from that territory where you are fighting to break up, or you are in prison, captured by the people who believe that you have no power to fight them or make any movement or any change, or you are dead while you are fighting for what you strongly believe in. And let me tell you something. Struggles like this, people don't choose them. The struggles choose you. If not, why would Sunday Igboho sleep and wake up one morning and then decided that he want to bring about this kind of ruins and attack on himself and his family and his loved ones? You don't choose it. It chooses you. The people of Igboho called. They cried out to the Nigerian government to protect them. Nigerian government silenced them and they ignored them. They were dying. They were living in fear. They were Yoruba people. They called on Sunday Igboho. He is from there. Just like any one of us could be. And this is the result. So if you are gloating over this, if you are, jubilating this, it is because you are meant to perish in your own ignorance. It's a matter of time. It will touch you. Here's the other part of that attack on Sunday Igboho's house. We will continue.
No, we have not seen any cops.
This is like animal behaving as animals. This is completely heinous. This is completely horrible. This is horror. It's horror playing out. How can do on our people like this? As far as I'm concerned, this is a declaration of war. This is a declaration of war on us as Yoruba.
Thank you so much. I couldn't put it better. That's an eyewitness. That's the scene of the crime. Why would asking for your own nation? Let's even put it this way. Okay? There are processes, peaceful rallies all over the world. And that effort, they believed the only way to curb it is to kill everybody who is behind it. And that is when people tell you that the regime in Nigeria is a terrorist regime, and you argue, no, it's because you don't like Buhari. Or what about those of you who love Buhari? How come you are not safe? Have you asked yourselves that? See what they are doing right now everywhere. Killing those they believe that they can kill and all of that. Yeah? They are doing the same thing in northern Nigeria. If you are a bishop, if you are a cleric, that should say something negative, like they call it, about this rudderless terrorist government. You either be arrested or they will make you disappear. No joke. You saw them, the school children protesting in Kaduna. You saw what they did to them? They shot and killed them. So those of you who love Buhari, those of you who actually love you cyberbarians, how come that you are not safe, your children are not safe? 80% of schools in northern Nigeria have been shut down as you are watching this video. 80% have been shut down. Some of them are just partially open because Boko Haram told them never to open the schools. Yorubas said they put together the elites. They said they put together Amotekun to protect us. Today, you and me, we are asking, where is Amotekun? Where is Amotekun? You saw what happened in Egongon? You saw what they did? After the brandishing of Amotekun this, Amotekun that. And here we are. The people who were once asking for restructuring, they don't want restructuring anymore. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, if you see 5 uniformed men, or let me say, if you see 5 soldiers in any part of eastern Nigeria, 4 of them, even though dressed in Nigerian military uniform, they are actually terrorists, even if they dressed in military uniform, carrying the same thing. So which means 4 out of 5 soldiers or policemen you see in eastern Nigeria is a recruited, repentant terrorist. When they attacked Sunday Igboho's house overnight, people heard them speak French to themselves. Those they killed, as the style of the Nigerian military, when they kill people, they take their bodies away. You killed people inside Sunday Igboho's house. You took their bodies away so that people will not ask for them. Do you think they will just disappear and people won't know? So when you see them, the process of making them or recruiting them into Nigerian army, and these are the people they are sending down to the southern Nigeria. They will put uniform on them. They will give them all the insignia of the Nigerian military. They will give them the gun, AK-47. And then they can go about and kill and kill. So if you fight back and you kill any of them, it will be considered you are fighting Nigeria. So therefore, they can bring more of them to kill more and kill more. That's exactly what is going on in eastern Nigeria right now. And when they said that, it sounded like a conspiracy theory. Like, how is that even possible? How can the repentant terrorists be recruited into the military? People have been asking, why is the government of Buhari not prosecuting any arrested or caught terrorists? Because when they came in, there was no plan to arrest and prosecute or jail any terrorists. When they came in, what did they do? They started what they called Operation Safe Corridor. Operation Safe Corridor has no legal backing, no nothing. It was an idea of Buratai the Butcher and Buhari and all of their jihadist apologists. Operation Safe Corridor. If you are caught as a terrorist, you have the option of repenting, getting rehabilitated. Then they will pay you money and send you back into the society. Then you have option. Do you want to join the military? There's a special op in the military. A genocide special op in Nigeria military. Scary, isn't it? And if you don't believe that, let me show you one of their graduation pictures. You see those guys you are seeing there? Those are former Boko Haram fighters. Okay? Young, old, not too young, not too old. And you see that picture, as you see that graduation picture you see in there, right? Those are the people called repentant terrorists who have repented. Okay? And many of them are now wearing Nigerian military uniforms, perpetrating these heinous crimes. If Sunday Igboho committed any crime, shouldn't they get a court warrant and then go there to effect that arrest? Where is the court warrant? Where is any arrest? I mean, where is that a grant for them to go into his house? Because they are terrorists. They are on special op. Now, look at this. If you think maybe this is just somewhere else, I know people who know this picture know very well. There are many of them. Look at this. And if you read the banner behind these graduates, yeah, if you read the banner, you will see deradicalization, rehabilitation, and reintegration camp, Operation Safe Corridor, Malam Sa, Sa Kwame local government area, whatever, CD Kwame, Gombe State. They have this camp everywhere where they rehabilitate terrorists, they reintegrate them, and they pay them. You and I will never have the record of those repentant terrorists. So victims of terrorism are meeting the person who made them widows, who made them orphans, and all. Just see them in the community. They can't do anything. Or how do you justify people? And this is not just a case of assassination attempt. It has also turned to a case of kidnapping. They've taken people from that house. They've taken bodies of people they killed. And that is what in your own textbook. I know that the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, the Buharidins, the Buhari Didirins, the Buhari Dinotus and the Buhari Dijatus, including the Buhari Shukus, the Ngoziaris, the Unekaris, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, and the humble slaves, their uncles and aunties abroad, the Mumu Madus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, the rest of them, I know they are gloating over it. It deserves it. But what you have no idea of is this. For every action, there will always be an opposite, if not, a counter, an opposite reaction. This time around, the people knows better that the military in Nigeria will not be able to send in, their terrorist team to go and kill anybody in Yorubaland, to go and kill any Yoruba son for simply asking for a better country, a conversation that will allow him or her and now to choose which country they want to be part of, a request that is legitimate under the international law. Yes, this is a declaration of war on us. I am not saying that we have to go and fight war because you have to know who you are fighting. The war they declared on us is just that they have made it official. It's now official. For those of you who are still living in denial of it, the reason why Sunday Igboho is being attacked, the reason why they want to kill him, the reason why they are likely going to kill him or send him into exile if you let them do it is simply because he's asking them to stop the killings of the Yorubas. The news that they are hiding from many of you, many times, that makes you feel like, no, he's asking for the breakup of Nigeria. Well, why would he be the one to ask for the breakup of Nigeria? What are you asking for in the face of this endless, existential threat? What are you doing? Nothing, maybe. So if they end up doing that, there will be a lot of people that will become, affected by this. And this is what they intend to do. What will be your gain? Because this is it. Bokwari and all of this Aliyu, Ayuba, Kasina, Subaru, and all of them that are commenting on Facebook, writing nonsense now. When a terrorist, somebody who publicly said they enjoy it, He loves it. They feel so happy whenever the infidels are killed. It's a pandemic. A terrorist, a terrorist apologist, a jihadist sympathizer, when he got exposed, you saw how all these Aliyus, you saw all these Zuberus, you saw how all of them were pretty much telling you that he did nothing wrong. What is wrong in that? Because it aligned with the same mentality that Boko Haram or the rest of them, including Alhaji Shekau and the rest of them, have. But you, what do you have? Yes, men. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They all came out to tell you and defended it's a pandemic. They did a lot. Many of you turned to social media vuvuzela for them. These people who have orchestrated and then, masterminded the killings of thousands of people through what they promote. Igboho is asking for us. All of us are asking. We want to have that conversation. We want to leave. And you, a Yoruba man, you are jumping up with Aliyus, with Ayubas, with all these faceless guys who are terrorist apologists, who are jihadist apologists themselves. Yoruba man, you want Igboho to be killed. We will all die anyway. You know what I mean now? Then what about the leaders? The Yoruba leaders, the elites? They probably are in on it as well. Of course they are elites. Igboho is going to disrupt a lot of things. These young people asking for the Oduduwa Republic don't understand. They are going to disrupt a lot of things. A lot of their comforts. Some of their feeding bottles. Some of them that some of you don't even know that they are living off you for all their lives. And they intend to live off you free of charge for the rest of their lives. So how do you feel as a Yoruba man where you watch this and you watch all these guys who said after Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho will be next. So you are going to wait for them to keep putting everyone that speak up for the Yoruba people. They will keep putting them on that death list, and you will be sharing them on, and you will be saying, "Well, they deserve it. Why are they asking for Oduduwa Republic? We should all just be one Nigeria." You are joining them to be a unity beggar, and here you are, not because you actually have any choice. So you want to wait for them to put everybody on that list while you share them on. And what do we get after they kill Igboho? After they kill Igboho, if they kill Igboho, what will you get? Better education, better infrastructures, good schools, good roads. Human rights will be, your human rights will be protected. Your pensions will be paid. Police will respect you. How people will be able to go back to farms. Electricity will start working. They have kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for the past 4 days now. I don't think your lives have changed. Why would you, as an elite in Yorubaland, continue to keep quiet when you all know that when they come for this and you keep quiet, they come for that, you keep quiet. When they come for you, there will be nobody. There will be nobody. Because the likes of Sunday Igboho didn't keep quiet. Today, the story of the people of Ngogon is right there on the map. When you are looking for areas where terrorists have, carried out their attacks in Nigeria, they will put Igboho on the map. They will put every part of, eastern Nigeria where they have carried out all these attacks on the map. Who do you think did that? Those who stood up, those who are standing up. What are you standing up for? Baba Sokwe, yes men, crumb eaters, crumb chasers, ass lickers. What are you standing for? Come back home. Come back home. Is that not what you do? Is that not what you do? Put everybody under your death list. Kill them for asking you to stop your oppressors from deciding how your life is going or how it's going to end. And stop believing the trash that maybe it's because of your sins. That is why you are suffering. It is unfortunate, and I'm saying this to you. There will be more to come. And we said it. Don't make peaceful people turn violent. Please. Kalu Okpara, thank you so much for your super sticker there. I'm going to read your super chats. Omoyele Sowore is in Nigeria. Sunday Igboho is in Nigeria. And now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in Nigeria. It is obvious that revolution and possible breakup is imminent. You are so smart. Too smart for my own take, I'll say. But good one. That's a very good observation. And I'm even coming back to that too. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being in Nigeria is a significant moment to the fulfillment of the prophecy of what will be the fate of Nigeria by the end of 2021. Is that calamity they told us about of 2022 about to hit us differently? Yes, it is significant. And yeah, let's see how they take it. Elena, thank you so much. My fear is that by the time the old South wakes up, it will be too late and our numbers will have been seriously depleted. You can't win a war when so many souls are gone. Wake up, Southerners. Thank you so much, Elena, for that as well. That's another, touchy one for you to know that we are all in this together. So why you join those that lead you and the rest of them to hang those who stand up for you, right? Would that probably change your situation? Like I said, they have kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for the past, how many days now? 5 days. Has that changed your naira to dollar? Has that changed the price of your food in the market? Has that changed anything? Because it won't change anything until you probably wake up to realize that if Ali understand that Bukwari doesn't really have him in mind, it's a pandemic. Abubakar Malamu and the rest of them, they don't have you in mind. Even this one that they attacked yesterday, the Gandola of Kano, the Babariga Mobile Banking CEO of Kano, what do you call the Gandola? None of them has anything about you in mind. The reason why they are all united against those who are asking for a conversation around the referendum, a national conversation around this. The reason why they are all angry is that you are touching something that affects them all. And that is the feeding bottle Nigeria you are about to take away from them. So if they kill Sunday Igboho, I was saying this because I know that it's never going to end well. And that is why it is better for us as Yoruba people, right, to rally around everyone standing up for us now. Because if we don't, they will help us kill them, okay? And then we'll be left by ourselves and they will say, go and pray. You see, those who are going to make that happen, who are going to collaborate with them, those who are collaborating with them now, they are watching my video, they are watching me. All of you, that you are making them to help you take Sunday Igboho and the Yoruba agitation away, will not take it away. And that is why I said something earlier. I said something before. I said, this generation that understands its power will make a difference in any way they want. And how? A generation that is remitting, that is part of the people that are remitting over $30 billion back into Nigeria economy every year. A generation that belongs to that generation can change anything. And that is why before now they will say, oh, some politicians were paying Sunday Igboho. Oh, it's because some politicians are giving him money. Now that they have realized that funding for the movement for Oduduwa Republic, the awareness and everything about that, the educations, the rally, the campaigns and all of that are being funded by the individual effort of every one of us in Nigeria there and outside Nigeria, which takes away the power of the usual control from them, the elite in Yorubaland, now has prompted them now to just want to take him away. But I have this message for you. Taking him away or taking anyone away, anyone you think is a problem to your political empire, taking them away will not just take away that your political empire, it will take you away too. And it is just a matter of time. It's a matter of time. Buhari will not sanction anybody to come into Yorubaland to kill any Yoruba man if there is no political arrangement, if there is no traditional arrangement within Yorubaland. They have heard about it. They know about it. They know what is still coming. But I have a news for you. Whatever all of you have plotted, whatever you have planned, every plan you have already to quench and crush the Oduduwa Republic agitation will not help you. It won't take it away. It will rather take you away. And this is just a simple warning, because when Fulanis are done dealing with those who can stand up for you, young and old, they are coming for you. Because you know what? You're going to want to ask them for something later. Then you realize that you have actually been a tool of theirs. They only used you, or they will only use you to decimate your people, to decimate your land. But that's why I said, it won't take it away. Aliyu, you are watching me. Abubakar, you are all jumping up, Abi. No wahala. Don't worry. Waiting you won't buy. Waiting you the price. You go buy them. Just relax. You love killing, right? Don't worry. When you see those elites that are making it possible and easier, now that they have agreed to whatever they want to do, I'm saying this to you, it will boomerang. And the repercussion of that is what nobody can, in fact, in any way explain. Because at the end of the day, you will still have to deal with the invading terrorists. You have no young people to stand up again. And when you succeed in that, then your lives, that life that you think asking for a referendum, asking for self-determination, or in fact, use your position now to push for that restructuring many of you used to become prominent. Use your position now to make that happen and avert something that you think will protect you. Kill Igboho, kill everybody, shoot them, arrest Nnamdi Kanu, put him in jail, and all of these things that you think is all figured out. You are not figuring out the boomerang and the consequences of this. You are not. And same are those Hallelujah boys that you have everywhere. The Hallelujah boys, the Buhari idiots, the cyber barbarians, and the rest of them. You don't think this, you are not thinking. That's exactly what I want to say. You are not thinking. If anything happens to Sunday Igboho, don't think it's going to go away. This is the second time. And I will say, as they will say, oh, he's lucky this time. No, you are lucky. You are lucky that you were only able to commit this heinous crime, these damages, without Oloye Sunday Igboho being part of those you managed to kill today. I mean, that place today. But you see, for every person that is killed at Sunday Igboho's house, every person, every one of them, and those they take away, every one of them will be accounted for by Nigeria. Yes. And it is not actually a threat, because they have to. One day, they will account for every soul lost. Properties, forget about that. Properties can always be rebuilt, even better than they were. But you see those lives lost, they will account for every one of them in the coming minutes, coming hours, days, weeks, months, and years to come. They will account for every one of them. And every life they plan to take as well. We did not ask for war. No. They brought war to us. They attacked our core base, which is our people in their different communities, where they are leading their life. They are living their life so, solemnly and quietly. They are not bothered about all this politics in Nigeria. But they took violence to them. They killed them, destroyed their properties, destroyed their farms. Many of them sent to IDP camps. They turned to refugees. We didn't ask for that. Don't ever forget that. We did not ask for this. They forced it on us. Our effort of defending ourselves is actually what they now considered as an unforgivable crime because they believe they owed the key to life and death. We did not ask for war. And the whole world should always remember that. Same with the indigenous people of Biafra. They did not ask for war. They asked for a referendum, which means those who wants to go will vote that they want to go. Those who wants to stay will vote that they want to stay. Whoever have the highest vote will determine the result. How is that war? How is that a call for war? But an Abubakar that is running away from bandit bullets, a Sulaiman Muhammad that is running away from his own bandit that want to kidnap him, that just kidnap his family, will jump on social media and say every IPOB member should be killed for asking for Biafra. Sunday Igboho must be arrested or killed for asking for his own country. Because according to them, Igboho is more dangerous. Nnamdi Kanu is more dangerous than the terrorists who are killing, kidnapping, destroying, burning, and all of this in that country. To an Abubakar that is watching me right now, telling me that they will teach us a lesson. You know why he's saying that? Because he's comfortable with us becoming another Syria, another Afghanistan, whereby I will be considered an infidel in my own country simply because of my choice of faith and where I come from. And Abubakar will be gallic. And when I say, let us have a chat about that. You want Sharia? Please have it. I don't want Sharia. But I'm not against it. Keep it. But keep it in your own place. Let me choose. We have chosen not to have it. And an Abubakar will tell me to shut up. An Abubakar that doesn't know me. An Abubakar that I don't even know. But you know why he's talking to me like that? Because he sees us as one Nigeria. When I see what they endure, what they live with, and I reject that, and Abubakar will tell me to shut up. That is because I hate him. That's why I said, I don't want to live with him anymore. All of this can be put into a conversation whereby everybody can decide. How is that war? Why should you lose your life for that? Why? All of you calling to break up Nigeria, calling to break up Nigeria. This is the reason why they support the killings, because according to them, it will only take killings to break Nigeria. That's what they told them. And you're like, how many people are you going to kill before you can have that conversation? Something that can be had. Legitimate conversation. No war, no nothing, but it is bigger than that. Halenora Okoro, thank you so much, my sister. I'm going to read this, your super chat. Good enough, I didn't miss it this time around, okay? Thank you. The Southerners should stand together against internal, external, and international odds. We can only stand as one to gain freedom. Of course, we should be together. There is something they do when you point out this calamity called Boko Haram, which I continually tell you that stop deceiving yourselves. If you think the reason why Nigeria is what Nigeria is because some people don't like Buhari, what about the rest of you who love Buhari? What happened to your love? Are you not suffering from the same calamities that people are complaining about? Are you not? Are you not? You are victims of it. So if you look at it very well, even the policy of Boko Haram, whatever they interpreted it to you as, however they tell you to hate other people, look at it very well. Is it in your interest? It's been 6 years. Can you tell, apart from the free money, looted money, stolen money, bandit money that is flowing about in northern Nigeria, what else do you have that you can say this government is in fact favoring you, even in the northern Nigeria? You control the presidency. You control the legislature, the judiciary. You control the police. You control the military. You control Air Force. You control everything. You control central bank. You can print money anytime you want. Yet you are not safe. You are not. How then is that in your interest as a people? How is defending? How is the other people from southern Nigeria who are telling you that this is absolute calamity? How is it that when they say that, you suddenly turn it into South versus North? Yet you are also victims. So if the people don't like him, if the Igbos don't like him, what about all of you who love him? How come your love is not radiating around him so that you can live a peaceful life, a progressive life, not a poverty capital of the world? So if you attack me, if you abuse me, enjoy it too. And go back home and unplug your freezer because you have had too much electricity in the last what? So this is the reality. It is not how you love him now. Oh, I love Buhari. The reason why I don't like this is because they don't like Buhari. Shebi, you love Buhari. Are you not praying for him? They said we should be praying for. Are you people not praying for him? 97%. What happened to your prayers? It simply means it's either you are dumb or you actually know what you are doing because you are benefiting from it. But last, you are still a victim of something that will kill you, okay? Directly or indirectly. You get that? Nigeria will kill you directly or indirectly. In any way, you will still feel it. What happened to your love? So if anything happened to Sunday Igboho, don't think it's going to be wished away. Okay? And for the Lagos rally, and for the elite keeping quiet, you see them, when it comes to Easter pandemic, you always have them there. They defend them. They turn it to North versus South, Muslim versus Christian, this and that. And some of you from the South, you actually, you suck that up, hook, line, and sinker all the time, foolishly, by the way, or selfishly. Because some of you actually know what you are doing, by the way. You do. Somebody said yesterday that they wanted me to provide a solution when something like this happened and all of that. I should talk about the legal team and all of them. Come on, calm down. They have attacked Sunday Igboho. We know that they have other people they are going to try to kidnap or kill in the coming days. We know. Some of them will be killed. And they will say, oh, it's because Sunday, like they did in the Eastern Nigeria, when they killed that PDP guy who they came to APC, Gulag, when they assassinated him in Owerri. Okay? They decided to blame it on the IPOB. So I expect the similar scenario to start playing out now in Yorubaland. That's why I said some of you are keeping quiet today. You are not. Some of you don't know that you are actually walking dead because they have already put a target on all of you, and they are waiting for the time they are going to start that. We said it. By the time you get to the second half of 2021, you will begin to see the horror that will make you feel like you don't think that Nigeria is going to make it out of this whole nonsense. A lot is going to happen. You see, many people who are still talking in Nigeria today. Many of them are going to run to exile. Many of them in the coming days, in the coming weeks and months, because you know what? They have already put a target on everybody. But for those who stand back, for those who have been receiving the support from us, from the diaspora, keep fighting. And I want to say this, when we talk about defending ourselves, okay, it is better we are also pretty much very clear, okay? It is not just about us, putting all the incision, wearing all the charms and all of that alone. Please, let us equip every gallant person that is every gallant soldier that is going to stand up and defend their communities against any of these invaders and all of that. I mean, all of them, let them receive adequate gear, protective gear that will protect them from, real bulletproof vest. Don't send them to go and defend themselves by just going on because they had the charm put on them. Not just that alone. Please. I'm intentionally meant to say that, by the way. Okay? Remember this. When we send money for the protection of Oduduwa land, as we have been doing, all of you who have been making the contribution, who have been making the effort, every day, please remember this, that we should tell them to channel these resources too into buying proper equipment, because this is it. This is it. And except we actually, come together, as they say. When I say come together, as Southerners now, like they always want to pretend that to do in the North, it is better for you to realize the danger we are in and why it is necessary to put together a common front. This is not going to end well for Nigeria, because these criminals seems to have probably made up their mind that nothing will stop them from achieving whatever they want to achieve. Everything makes sense now, especially when it comes to your safety. That Sunday Igboho could be attacked in his own home. People got killed and their bodies taken away. Is a sign of what is still to come. Okay? The next thing now is that they're going to declare him wanted soon. I'm talking about real, like, wanted. That will be like a big thing. Then you begin to see their military truck moving on your Lagos-Ibadan expressway. They are going to Soka. This is going to be an event that you, as a Yoruba person, must never, ever, if you are really a Yoruba man, must never join them in putting a target behind your brothers and sisters whose only offense was because they asked to be protected. And if we can't be protected, we will protect ourselves. How is that a sin that calls for the killings of our people? How? Somebody said I should leave the line open, and I will do that, okay? So if you want to phone in, you can at this point. I will let the line open now. We hope, what is it called? Let me see. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute, by the way, to everyone still there. Okay, I'll be back and then we'll begin to take the calls. Okay, a moment.
Biafra. There we are. Over secret of the way they come. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is happening here? What are we not saying? Biafra. This is state of Biafra. This is state of Biafra. Ali Gwacha. All these boys, they have the respect. They watch this Nigerian flag. They watch this flag now. You ever get by now? Come in the noise. Oh boy. Don't be small things. Oh boy, c'est crade, man. Nah, Nigeria flag, the one bring them down. This is Biafra.